predictions. This is now week 10 of the NFL weekly predictions. Um, we have been doing this for many, many weeks, and y'all know how successful it has been. We're back with my boy OG Steven. Say what's up, Steven.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
What's up, man? What's up, guys? Anyways, man, we're back with another week, man. Week number 10. Week 9 had a lot of crazy upsets, man. It was actually insane. Like some of these upsets that we're about to go over, pretty insane, man. It actually blew my mind. So yeah, man, without further ado, let's get into the week 10 picks and predictions, man. So the first off, starting off, we got an AFC West matchup on Thursday night football between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos. Now, this game's about to be hell. You know, it's a rivalry game, AFC West showdown between both of these teams. Now, looking at their past opponents, the Raiders, last game, they took an L to the Jacksonville Jaguars, 30-29. They lost on a game-winning field goal from the Jaguars. Pretty insane game there. You know, it was very close for comfort, but Jaguars got it done and they beat the Raiders. And Raiders, y'all just I know it was probably tough for the Raiders fans to go through that, you know, when they just lost to Jacksonville. You know, it was pretty tough for them to go through that, man. And then the Denver Broncos, um, y'all had a great week also last week. Um, shit, who did they play again? They played the Houston Texans. They beat them in Houston 18-15. Pretty amazing game from the Broncos. I did have Denver winning that game, so I'm glad Denver got it done. You know, we both had Denver winning, so yeah. But anyways, Denver versus the Raiders. Like I said, anything can happen in this matchup between both of these rivals. But in my honest opinion, I'm gonna go with the Denver Broncos to win this game. You know, I still think Bo Nix has had a strong arm all year, and as long as that defense can tie up Geno Smith, I think the Broncos are gonna have a great game this game, and it's gonna be a very tough time for Geno Smith, man, to throw that ball. What do you think, Steven?
I have to agree with you. Denver's defense, I've said it all year, they have a Super Bowl caliber defense. They have a defense that can win you a Super Bowl. They have, I mean, I know the offense has been hit or miss sometimes, but that's just how Denver is. I mean, Sean Payton has done a good job containing Bo Nix, has done a good job, or have done a good job progressing Bo Nix into the quarterback he needs to be. I mean, I know I mean, he's not Peyton Manning, he's not John Elway, but he's done the job well. I'm picking the Denver Broncos to win this game on Thursday Night Football. It's going to be an interesting game. I don't think it's going to be close. It's going to be ugly, but I'm going to pick the Denver Broncos to win this game.
Yeah, I will have to agree with you there. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another. Welcome to the stream. If you guys just joined, what's up? But yeah, Denver. Yeah, I agree. Denver. Am I talking? Yeah, I'm talking. Am I? Is my mic good? Yeah, I'm talking. I'm talking. Okay. I thought it was something with my mic. But yeah, the Denver Broncos. I think they're gonna win. On Thursday Night Football. All right, moving on. We got a Sunday morning game. We're back to the Sunday morning games. This one's actually a good one. We got the Atlanta Falcons taking on a team that lost to your Steelers last week, the Indianapolis Colts. Now the Falcons. Last week the Falcons went up against the Patriots, and Falcons they took a tough L to the Patriots by 1 point, 23-24. You know, they went to New England at Gillette Stadium. Just wasn't a great day for Falcon fans, you know, having to lose in a close one to New England. You know, New England's a very good team, and I just knew they were going to have that one in the game. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be that dang close. You know, it was a dogfight between both of those teams, but Patriots ended up getting the win over the Falcons. And Falcon fans, you know, I know you guys did not like that final result. So, yeah, it was pretty bad for y'all. And then the Colts, what the hell happened? How did y'all, being a 7-1 team, y'all lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers? Mm-hmm. I knew that was gonna happen. I just knew it was gonna happen. Some way the Colts found a way to lose that game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know, it was just all awful for the Colts, man. They made Daniel Jones look horrible out there. Daniel Jones was not having a great game in this game. You know, he just didn't play like himself. He played like when he was back on the Giants, bro. Hate to say that, but That kind of is true, man. He played like how he played when he was with the New York Giants, and the Pittsburgh Steelers defense came to play. They was not playing with the Colts, and they came to play on Sunday. So in this game, the Colts are back at home against the Falcons. In my honest opinion, I did not like how the Colts played last week against the Steelers. I also didn't like that the Falcons didn't play great against the Patriots. But in my honest opinion, I think the Colts are going to get their revenge on the Falcons. You know, the Colts aren't a bad team, and we know they're not a bad team. They just struggled in the Pittsburgh Steelers game. But I think they're going to get their bounce back win against the Atlanta Falcons. I think Daniel Jones is going to have a better game this game since he's going up against Kirk Cousins. He's going up against Kirk Cousins this week. So I think he's going to have a better week this week, since this game's going to be in London. I think the Colts are going to walk away with the win. What do you think, Steven?
I'm going to have to correct you there. It's Michael Penix. Michael Penix is starting. It's Michael Penix is starting. But that being said, though, the Colts just traded for probably one of the best shutdown corners in the league. They traded for Ahmad Sauce Gardner. Probably one of the best shutdown corners in the league. I think the Colts are finally saying, "Hey, we're going all in, and we're going to rally around Daniel Jones." I think that last week was a fluke. 6 turnovers does not happen very often in the league, and they only lost by 7. That being said, though, the Falcons, they do have a good offense when it's with Michael Penix, but they just don't have the defense. I don't think they can hang with the Falcon. I don't think they can hang with the Colts offense with the firepower that the Colts offense has with Alec Pierce, Jonathan Taylor, Daniel Jones when he plays well. I'm going to pick the Indianapolis Colts to win this game. I am in full agreement with you there.
Yeah. I think the Colts are gonna get their get back win. I don't think they're gonna lose 2 weeks in a row. I mean, that other game, the Steelers just played great. They just played great, bro. Colts, I don't think they played that great, but it's all good. You win some, you lose some. So, but yeah, I think the Colts will take this. All right, now moving on finally to our Sunday slate of games, our 1:00 slate of games. Our first one, this one's actually gonna be an interesting one. We got the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Minnesota Vikings at US Bank Stadium. All right, so the Ravens last week, y'all absolutely smoked the Dolphins on Thursday Night Football, which I was not surprised. The Dolphins aren't a great team, and we know they're not. Absolutely cooked them. The Dolphins, they got some things they got to work out, man. They got going through a lot. They did not have no fun at all against the Ravens. The Ravens made them look like a junior varsity team at will. Like, bro, it was just horrible to witness from the Dolphins. But Ravens, they absolutely did their thing in that Thursday night game, which got them to win in Miami. That was just a great game from the Ravens. Ravens are starting to play better now since Lamar Jackson is getting back into the mix of things. So now the Ravens are starting to get back in their old ways of playing great football. And then the Minnesota Vikings, woo! That game was crazy, Vikings. They ended up upsetting the Detroit Lions at Ford Field. Crazy. Absolutely insane. The Detroit Lions got upset by the Minnesota Vikings 27-24. That was a crazy game. Like, I seen that game. Y'all seen that reaction on my channel. I reacted to that game on my channel, the Vikings versus Lions. And y'all know how I felt about that game. You ain't see that, you'll see that, man. But yeah, the Vikings, y'all did y'all thing. JJ McCarthy had a great game. Jettas had a great game in the passing yards and things like that, receiving. So yeah, man, Minnesota, y'all did y'all thing. But this week, y'all are going up against a tough Baltimore Ravens team. Even though they lost a lot of games this year, they're starting to get back to their old ways. And in my opinion, I think I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens to win this game against the Minnesota Vikings. I think the Ravens are starting to get back in the mix of things. And I just think Minnesota's going to have a little bit of trouble stopping that Ravens offense. So I'm going to go with the Ravens to win this game against the Vikings. What do you think, Steven? Huh? Your mic. Yeah, your mic was your mic. I can't barely hear you.
Let me get my headphones in. But yeah, no, the Vikings defense. The Vikings defense came to play last week. I think that I think it's going to be. It's all going to be dependent on if they can stop Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. That being said, though, like you said, the Dolphins, they're not a very good offense. They're not a very good football team. The Dolphins did have a good day, even though there were struggles a little bit and flaws with that Miami in that Miami game that Baltimore had. And I know Baltimore doesn't have a good defense. Tua is not a very good quarterback. Um,
Yeah.
but I don't think they can contain a player like Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson, Taylor Hawkinson, and Aaron Jones. I think JJ McCarthy's going to have a big boy game. They're in Minnesota. Baltimore does not play well from home. I think I'm going to pick the Minnesota Vikings to win this game. I know I'm 0-2 or I'm 0-3 I'm 0-3 in Vikings games where I pick for them and when I pick against them because I did have them beating the Lions last week. But I am picking the Minnesota Vikings to beat the Baltimore Ravens. That way the Steelers can keep the number one spot in the AFC North.
All right. Well, there you have it. All right. So got mixed emotions on that, but hey, we're gonna see what happens, man. It's all good.
We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Okay. We got an AFC East rivalry showdown between the Buffalo Bills and guess who? The Miami Dolphins. All right. So the Buffalo Bills, America loves y'all for what y'all did to the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday. Thank you for taking down Kansas City, Buffalo. Thank goodness, bro. Like I was literally stressing out watching that game, bro. I was thinking that Kansas City was gonna win that game, but Buffalo said, nope, this ain't the AFC championship. Y'all boys ain't gonna beat us in the regular season. And a fun fact, Josh Allen has way more wins than Patrick Mahomes in the regular season. Okay, so Josh Allen basically owns Mahomes in the regular season. Now, when it comes to playoffs, Patrick Mahomes owns Josh Allen, and we all know that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's the sad truth of it. Patrick Mahomes owns Josh Allen in the playoffs, but in the regular season, Josh Allen owns Mahomes, and we all know that. So, yeah, it was great that Buffalo beat Kansas City. America was very proud that Buffalo got the win on Sunday Night Football against the Chiefs. Well, it wasn't Sunday Night Football. It was
425 game.
425. Yeah, but yeah, it was still a great game, bro. And then the Miami Dolphins, as we know, they got their ass kicked on Thursday Night Football last week against the Baltimore Ravens, and I wasn't really surprised. Dolphins got too many injuries going on. Tyreek Hill's out for the rest of the year. Dolphins just gave up Jalen Phillips to the Philadelphia Eagles, which is actually very great for us because he can help out our corners a little bit. So thank you, Dolphins, for giving us Jalen Phillips. In return, you guys got, I think, 2 second-round picks or something like that.
Yeah.
Just a bag of chips, man. Bag of chips. But we got Jalen Phillips now. So, yeah, Buffalo versus the Dolphins. In my honest opinion, we all know who I'm going to pick. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Buffalo Bills because I do not trust Miami anymore, dog. After how many losses I've seen from the Dolphins, I do not trust the Dolphins, especially because they're playing a tough team like the Bills. And, the Bills are going to absolutely mollywop the Dolphins. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the Bills to win this game. It's no contest.
I think I agree with you there. I don't think that the Dolphins have a chance. They're not a very good. The Dolphins are not a very good football team. Mike McDaniels is probably getting fired. The Dolphins just fired their GM last Friday after the loss to the Ravens. But I'm picking the Bills to win this game. Tua Tagovailoa is not a good quarterback. Yeah, Tua is so bad. He got paid like he's one of the elite quarterbacks too. Unfortunately, he's not. I'm picking the Bills to win this game. No questions asked.
Yeah. Tua's not a great quarterback, and we all know that. He doesn't play great anymore, dog, and it can clearly show because how that Dolphins game was. That was horrible. So yeah, Bills definitely gonna win this game. All right, moving on. We got an AFC South matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. The Jaguars, y'all snuck away with a win against the Las Vegas Raiders. Like y'all almost lost. Y'all almost lost, Jaguars, but good thing y'all snuck away with the win against the Raiders. Cam Little also made another record happen. He kicked a 68-yard field goal, which is the longest field goal ever in the regular season. So, congrats to Cam Little for setting the new NFL mark on the longest field goal in the regular season. Not to mention, he did that in the preseason. He got a 70-yard field goal in the preseason. So, shout outs to Cam Little. And then the Texans last week, y'all did lose at home to the Denver Broncos, which I wasn't surprised with. I did say y'all weren't winning that game. Denver just got a strong team, Texans. It was a no-brainer there. I just didn't think the Texans had enough firepower in that game to beat Denver. So That's why I decided to go with Denver instead of the Texans. But this week it's a AFC South rivalry game. Anybody can win in this game. And this game is still in Houston. Houston, y'all still at home. Y'all on a home stretch, but in my honest opinion, y'all have not been playing great Texans. CJ Stroud, I don't know what's up with him. I don't know what's going on with him. So in that case, I'm going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars to win this game on the road against the Texans, which will probably not be great for Texan fans because that means they'll take their second loss in a row in just 2 weeks. So I'm going to go with the Jaguars.
I'm
What do
going
you
to
think,
agree with
Steven?
you. CJ Stroud's out for this game. He's out with a concussion. Davis Mills is starting. I don't trust Davis Mills to win a game like this. I think the Jaguars will have enough firepower on. I know the Texans have a really good defense, but I think
Mm-hmm.
with Davis Mills starting as quarterback, it's not going to be a pretty game. I could see this being a low scoring, defensive minded game, but I think Trevor Lawrence in that new uh, Jaguars offense, because they did trade for Jacoby Myers, will get the W here. I could see this being like a low scoring game. I could see it being like 10-3, 10-7. Yeah, like Fateball said, the Texans O line is awful. I think the
Yeah, it
pass rush.
really is.
I think the pass rush will get there for Jacksonville. I wouldn't be surprised if Davis Mill takes like 3 or 4 sacks this game. I'm picking the Jaguars to win this game. It's going to be a low scoring defensive battle, but
I agree.
I think that this game's going. I'm picking Jacksonville to win this game.
Yeah, I think this game's going to be very low scoring because the Texans O line is absolutely terrible. They got some things to work out. C.J. Stroud, he needs to do better, but I mean,
They,
he is injured, so I mean, what can you do when you're injured? So yeah, Jacksonville's going to win this. All right, moving on. We got another game. This game looks like it's going to be on CBS on Paramount Plus. We got the New England Patriots taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay, Florida. All right. So the Patriots, y'all snuck away with a win too.
yeah.
Y'all almost lost to the Falcons. Drake May, I don't know what the hell he was doing in that game, but a win is a win. But that's a little suspicious. Patriots almost losing to the Falcons, a little sus, but y'all still are top of y'all division, so we can't complain. And then going on with the Buccaneers, the Buccaneers. I don't think they played last week because hold up, let me see. I don't think the Buccaneers played last week. I think he.
I think they were off.
Okay, Buccaneers had a bye week. Okay, so Buccaneers y'all had a bye week, so y'all didn't have to play. So yeah, now y'all coming back and playing. So yeah, Buccaneers did have a bye week last week, in week 9. So that means the Patriots versus the Buccaneers. This game is gonna be it's going to be a tough one. This is a really tough game to choose because both of these teams are going absolutely insane. Both of these quarterbacks are elite. Drake May is good, and also that boy Baker Mayfield is nice. So this is really a game that you got to really think about, before you just pick. But I really think, in my honest opinion, I'm gonna go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win this game. One,
Yeah.
because I feel like Baker Mayfield's gonna have an electric game. I could see him passing for at least 300 yards max. And Drake May's been playing good, but I just don't know if he's gonna really match up well against this Buccaneers defense. And that's saying something. That's really saying something. So I'm gonna go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win this game over the Patriots this week. What do you think, Steven?
It's going to come down to the battle of the trenches, man. I mean, I know that
Yes.
I know Baker doesn't have his top wide receiver in Mike Evans or Chris Godwin. That's unfortunate. I mean, what can you do there? I mean, injury sucked. It's part of the game. But
Yep.
New England's home. New England's the home team. I think they're going to carry this momentum onwards. New England's a damn good football team, and I think New England can shock a lot of people. And I think Drake May is a contender for a sleeper MVP candidate this year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick the New England Patriots to win this game. It's gonna be closer than what people think, but I'm picking the New England Patriots to win this game.
All right. All right. So the Patriots. That's gonna be a good one. All right. All right, let's get it. We're gonna see how that goes. Patriots and Buccaneers. All right, moving on. Ugh, this game. This game's a little weird. We got an NFC South matchup, rivalry. We got the New Orleans Saints taking on the Carolina Panthers. Carolina is home, Bank of America Stadium. All right, so the Saints last week, y'all lost to the goddamn Rams. Okay, y'all got absolutely smoked by the Rams, 34-10. And Saints, I just told y'all, like y'all not a good football team, and we know y'all not a good team. Like y'all just keep losing games, and like it's just not gonna get better. Like y'all gonna have to get some new draft picks or something. Like y'all gotta do something, bro, because this is just horrible. Saints. I've never seen the Saints like. Well, I actually have seen the Saints play bad, and it's not no surprise that the Saints are playing this damn ass because they don't really got a good quarterback. I mean, Spencer Rattler's okay, but I mean that O line needs to just be improved. Like that O line's horrible for the Saints, bro. Like they got a lot of improvement to work on. And then on the Panthers side, the Panthers did upset the Green Bay Packers last week at Lambeau. That game was absolutely insane. I cannot believe the Packers got upset by the Panthers. Panthers aren't a bad team if you think about it. They're not a bad team that what y'all think. Panthers used to be bad, but they're starting to be good, man. They're really going to be some playoff contenders this year. And Green Bay, thank you for beating Green Bay Panthers because that means Green Bay drops to the number 4th seed if the playoffs started today. And my Eagles went all the way up to the number 1 seed in the NFC conference. So thank you for selling Packers. That was a very big choke job y'all did on Sunday against the Panthers, losing on a field goal game winner by the Panthers. So yeah. But anyways, this game is a rivalry game. Anything can happen, but I just don't trust the New Orleans Saints, dog. After what I seen last week against them playing the Rams, that was just absolutely horrible. And the Panthers, they looked very great in that Packers game. They absolutely shut down Jordan Love when they needed to. Made him force a lot of bad passes and things like that. And in that case, I'm gonna go with the Carolina Panthers to take down the New Orleans Saints. And yeah, man, Panthers are gonna keep rolling, man. What do you think, Steven?
I don't think this game's going to be close. The Saints are tanking. They want a top quarterback prospect in next year's draft. I'm picking the Panthers to win this game. No questions asked. Rico Dowdle rushes for over 200 yards again.
100%, 100%. I totally agree with you. Hold up, let me put that down. I gotta put the games that we picked so we can always come back to it when we need to. All right, so we both picked Panthers. Okay, all right, and yeah, Saints, y'all the Aints, y'all still the Aints.
Yeah, they're not a good football team.
Yep. Okay, moving on to another. Ooh, okay. This one's a very interesting one. We got the New York Giants, aka my Ops, aka the Midgets of New York, versus the Teddy Bears, the Chicago Bears. Now, the Giants, like Giants, yo. Like, this is y'all third loss in a row, dog. Like, y'all are on a 3-game losing streak now. Y'all lost to the 40 Winers, man. Come on, man. Like Giants, y'all not a good team. I mean, I understand though. I mean, y'all did lose Cam Scatterboats for the rest of the year. I understand though, but like I said, bro, like whatever happens, bro, like the Giants are just gonna be the Giants, bro. They're just gonna be the same ordinary Giants team that we all know and love. Still fourth in the NFC East, like we always know. Yeah, Giants, y'all not a great football team, and we clearly saw that on Sunday when y'all lost to the 49ers, a hospital 49ers team. Y'all lost to a team that has most of its players in the hospital. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane, Giants. And then the Chicago Bears. What a game! Bears. I can't even lie. That game against the Cincinnati Bengals, that was awesome. Like that was one of the best games I've ever watched in my life, bro. So many great offensive plays in that game. Number 25 has potential. That running back for the Bears, they need to keep him. He has potential. He got potential. And Caleb Williams, bro, absolutely dynamite in that game. He did his thing. I like that. I've never seen a performance from Caleb Williams like that. Like that was just great football from the Bears all the way around. They don't got DeAndre Swift, but no problem. They still got a great running back. Number 25, forgot his name, but he was electric. Absolutely electric. And they got the close game winning touchdown on the Cincinnati Bengals last week. Awesome game. Now, this week the Bears are back at home at the legendary Soldier Field against the New York Midgets. And not gonna lie, man, seeing the way the Bears played last week, it really surprised me, bro. It really did. Because I never seen the Bears play that damn good. And with that, man, I'm gonna go with the Chicago Bears to beat the Giants, bro. It's no question, dog. I think the Bears are gonna continue this performance, bro. I feel like Caleb Williams might go for another big boy game like last week, but we'll see though. We'll see though. But no promises on that. Don't quote me on that. But like, yeah, I think the Bears will have another awesome game just like last week. So I'm gonna go with the Bears to beat the Giants. What do you think, Steven?
I think I agree with you. I don't think the Giants are a good football team. They're all injured. The Giants, their top running back Cam Scadaboo is out. I mean, it sucks, but I mean, injuries suck, but it's part of the game. And that running back for the Bears, by the way, his name is Coleman Nunga. He played for Rutgers last year. But
Okay.
that being said, though, I'm going to pick the Giants to win this. I'm not the Giants. I'm picking the Bears to win this game. Don't think it's going to be close. If they had Cam Scadaboo, I would say different set of circumstances. But you never know with the Giants pass rush being elite. But I just don't think. I think this is going to be closer than what people think. But I'm going to pick the Chicago Bears to win this game.
Yeah, I think this game's gonna be another close game because both of these teams, they got in some close situation of games, and we've seen that a lot this season. But yeah, I think the Bears are definitely gonna get this win. They shouldn't lose at home either. But I mean, sometimes teams lose at home, so that's a problem.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. This game's about to be. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people are gonna watch this game. We got the Cleveland Doodoo Browns taking on another trash team, the New York Jets, at MetLife Stadium. This game's about to be ugly.
I don't
Anyways,
even
the
know if I want to talk
Browns,
about this game, honestly.
yeah, bro. The Browns, bro. Last week the Browns, y'all played the fuck, who the Browns played last week? Damn. I don't even did they have a bye week?
I think they may have.
Hold up. I think they were on a bye week.
Like,
Wait a second. Wait a second. We gotta check. Yep, the Browns were on a bye week. Yep. Okay, so the Browns were on a bye week. Okay, never mind. Browns, y'all ain't played them last week. Okay, so Browns were on a bye week, so we don't really got to talk about them right now. And then the Jets, I think the Jets were on a bye week too. Yep, Jets were on a bye week. So both of these teams were on bye week. So both of these teams should have a lot of rest. So Browns and Jets both are on bye weeks this week, so both of these teams should have rest. Now, this is the battle of the trash. Okay, we've already had a battle of the trash with the Titans and the Raiders. This is another battle of the trash. The Jets are ass. Okay, the Browns aren't good, and this game's just not going to be as exciting. But I mean, you never know, bro. You never know. It could be exciting, but I bet you $100 that nobody is going to probably watch this game except for Browns and Jets fans. Just saying. Uh, in that case, oh wait, Steven disconnected. Steven disconnected. Hold up, he's gonna come back. And and so with that, um, it's just this is gonna be. I mean, it's not even a hard pick, bro. Like both of these teams are horrible. Both of these teams have been struggling a lot this year. The Browns, they've been like, bro, like holy. And then the Jets, bro, like they got their first win against the Bengals, but they still been playing like ass. And with that, I'm gonna go with the Browns. I think the Browns are gonna have more of a chance than the Jets, dog. If I'm being totally honest. So some team got to win, but I'm gonna go with the Browns, even though I don't think none of these teams deserves to win due to them
no.
being horrible. But because somehow I got to win, so I'm gonna go with the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you. I think that the Jets are just not a very good football team. They just traded away Sauce Gardner. They just traded away Quentin Williams. They're embracing the tank, and I think that this game's it's going to be ugly. It's going to be low defensive. It's not a lot of points are going to be scored, and I think probably Browns and Jets fans are going to be the only ones to watch this game. I'm going to pick the
100%.
Cleveland Browns this game. I'm going to pick the Cleveland Browns to win this game. I really didn't want to talk about this game, but I'm picking the Browns to win this game.
Yeah, yeah. This is the type of game we don't really want to talk about. So yeah, moving on. We're gonna move on.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. We got a NFC West showdown. Okay. Between two birds. Two birds. We got the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Now, both of these teams both got some massive wins last week. Now, starting off with the Cardinals, thank you for taking down the Dallas Clown Girls. Thank you. Thank you for doing that on Monday Night Football, man. Marvin Harrison absolutely went crazy. Okay, and Jacoby Brisket, come on, man. Jacoby Brisket, bro, he went absolutely ham in that game against the Cowgirls. The Cowgirls, we know the Dallas has the worst defense in the league, and the Cardinals absolutely showed up in that game. You know, even though the Cardinals were 2-5, they showed their ass in that game against Dallas. You know, they absolutely did their dirty work against the Cowgirls. You know, and we even had a clip where somebody was saying Javante is so ass, and I completely agree. Javante Williams is ass. I completely agree. So yeah, Cardinals, thank you for taking down my ops, the Dallas Cowgirls. That really made me smile this weekend, seeing the Dallas Cowgirls go down to the Arizona Cardinals. And then, of course, the Seahawks. We can't forget about that legendary blowout. Absolutely a blowout in Washington. They absolutely destroyed the Washington Commanders on Sunday Night Football. That's an amazing game from Sam Darnold. And then, of course, we can't forget about JSN and all them tight ends that came on the field that really didn't do much. They did a lot in this game, you know. Seattle, they got a lot of great players on this team, dog, and they got room for potential for more. So yeah, thank you, Cardinals and Seahawks, for taking down both my ops in my division, making Dallas 3-5-1, still the combination lock of a record. And then Commanders, you guys are now 3-6 on the year. Horrible.
Yeah.
But anyways, this game's gonna be a very amazing battle between Sam Darnold and Jacob Brissett. Uh, in my honest opinion, bro, I'm gonna have to go with the Seahawks because I really like how they handled themselves against the Commanders. You know, they absolutely did their thing. Also, the Cardinals, you know, they did their thing too, but I don't know. I think the Seattle Seahawks got more firepower. So that's why I'm gonna decide to go with them in this game. So I'm gonna go with the Seattle Seahawks to beat the Cardinals this week. What do you think,
I
Steven?
agree with you. I agree with you. The Seattle Seahawks are a contender or a NFC champion or an NFC championship contender. They are that damn good of a team. Sam Darnold has put that team on his back and has turned into a prime MVP candidate again. According to Power Football Index,
Mm-hmm.
he is the number one rated quarterback in the NFL. And I can see why.
What?
Jackson Smith and Jigba has been playing phenomenal. They just went out and traded for Rashid Shaheed. This team
That's
is
good.
going the team is going all in, and they're contending for a championship. And I think that the Seattle Seahawks can do that. Now, can they beat the likes of the Eagles? Can they beat the likes of the Eagles or the Packers or the Lions? We'll see. That's to be determined. But I am picking the 49, not the 49ers. I'm picking the Seahawks to win this game. I don't know if it's going to be close or not. Hopefully it is. But it's in Lumen Field. It's in Seattle. Last time these two teams met, it was in Arizona. It was a 3-point game. And I'm going to pick the Seattle Seahawks to win this game and to sweep the season series of the Arizona Cardinals.
All right. 1 second, Steven. I gotta handle something real.
All right.
Back chat. Hold up. We gonna Sorry, y'all. I'm back. I'm back. All right. Let's move on. So yeah, I think Seattle is gonna win this game. All right. Moving on. All right.
Right.
Ooh, this is gonna be another interesting game. We actually got the NFC divisional round rematch between the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions. Oh boy, that's gonna be one hell of a game. So, the NFC divisional rematch between the Commanders and the Lions. Now, the Lions, y'all some frauds. Okay, last week y'all lost to the Minnesota Vikings, which I'm not surprised with. You know, y'all boys are some frauds. I thought you guys would be some contenders, but I mean, it's just showing that y'all might not be the team that we might think you guys are. You know, and that clearly showed last week when y'all lost to the Minnesota Vikings. So yeah, that's just how I feel, Lions. And then the Washington Commanders. Okay. Like y'all been talking that crap all year long, Commanders. Just for y'all to get y'all ass kicked at home against the Seahawks, bro. Like you
Yeah.
can't they can't talk y'all they can't talk smack if they got like beat at home that dang badly. Like, come on, dude. That's actually insane. And then also, why the hell would y'all let Marshawn Lattimore lead the dang huddle? Why would y'all let him lead the huddle? Like he said, we don't give a crap about the blue out there. Like, bro, you probably shouldn't have said that, Marshawn Lattimore, because that came and bites you back in the ass. And I mean, Washington did suffer three major injuries in that game. They lost Luke McCaffrey to injury. Uh, Marshawn Lattimore also got injured in that game, which he might be out for the entire season. And of course, none other than Jaden Daniels got injured once again. You know, this time it was a fractured, when that was a dislocated elbow.
Yes.
Absolutely
It was a
horrible.
dislocated. Yes, it
That,
was a
that was
dislocated
that was a
elbow.
horrible yeah, that was a horrible injury that Jaden Daniels got, bro. Very horrible. But anyways, Commanders are back at home playing on November 9th at 4:25 against the Detroit Lions. This is gonna be one hell of a game. Uh, you know, it's gonna be one hell of a game. Both of these teams took L's last week, and in my honest opinion, bro, since the Commanders did take all them injuries and they did lose their star quarterback, I'm gonna have to go with the Detroit Lions, man. I'm gonna have to go with the Lions to win this game. You know,
Yeah.
Washington, we've seen how they play without Jaden Daniels, bro. They play absolutely horrible without Jaden Daniels, and that's gonna continue, dog. It might have to continue. So I'm gonna go with the Detroit Lions to beat the Commanders this week. What do you think,
I,
Steven?
I agree with you. Marcus Mariota is a good quarterback, but I don't think he has enough in him to get it done. Plus, this Commanders defense is atrociously bad. I'm
Yeah.
taking the Lions to win this game. No questions asked.
No questions asked. I agree. I 100% agree. But Commander. Oh no no no. Lions. All right. And then Spirit. All right. Got that down. All right. Moving on. Moving on. Ooh, another rivalry game. Okay. We got another NFC West showdown. This actually happened before. We got the Los Angeles Rams taking on the San Francisco 49ers. This time it's in Santa Clara, Levi Stadium. So, yeah, man, 49ers at home against the Rams. The Rams last week absolutely smoked the Saints, man. I mean, y'all did y'all thing, Rams. You know, Saints aren't that great of a team, and we clearly saw that last week because y'all absolutely put B to A on them with, you know, no questions asked. And then the 49ers, yeah, man, 49ers, they ended up beating the New York Giants at home. You know, the Giants aren't a great team, and the Niners, you know, they're injured to hell and back. And you're clearly seeing that even with these injuries, the Niners are still winning games, which is very surprising. So, yeah, man,
Yes.
very, very surprising. But this is a rivalry game. Like I said, anything can happen in these rivalry games. Um, the Niners are at home, but in my honest opinion, I think the Rams are going to go ahead and win this game. One, because, Matthew Stafford's been playing electric, and I just feel like he's going to have another electric game. And, the 49ers, like I said, they're injured to hell and back. And I just don't think they're going to have enough to win this game against the Rams. So I'm going to go out to pick the Rams to win this game. You know, I just think the Rams got more firepower, even though the Niners, don't get me wrong, the Niners got some good players, but it's just not going to be enough against this Rams team. And we're going to see that. So I'm going to go with
Yeah.
the Los Angeles Rams.
I mean, it sucks that the 49ers are all injured to hell and back. This could have been a really, really fun game and a spot for potential playoff spots in the NFC. But with the 49ers being all injured to hell and back, I don't know if they have enough in the tank to survive. And they just lost another linebacker to injury for the rest of the season. I
Jesus
think
Christ.
I think the 49ers will do just enough I think the Rams are going to win this game. I don't think it's going to be close. I think Puka's going to go off. I think Devontae Adams is going to go off. Blake Corum's going to have a good game. Same with Cavante Williams. But I'm picking the San Francisco. I'm picking the St. Louis, not St. Louis, the Los Angeles Rams to win this game.
Yeah. I mean, St. Louis, they did used to play in St. Louis, though.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah. But yeah, Los Angeles Rams definitely is gonna, smoke the Niners in this game. I know Niner fans ain't gonna like that because they rivals with the Rams, and Niner fans hate the Rams so much. So yeah, man. But hey, sorry Niners, y'all got too many injuries, dog. If y'all ain't have this much injuries, I would have probably picked y'all. But until y'all can get that team right and not your players go to the hospital, I mean, I don't know what to tell y'all. Sorry. All right, moving on to Sunday Night Football. Oof, this is about to be a good game. All right, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is your team, versus the Los Angeles Chargers. And this game's going to be in SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. So, Steelers. Hey, y'all blew my mind on Sunday, beating the Indianapolis Colts, who were 7-1, which that loss not only means look, that loss actually meant they were the last team to only lose one game. So now every team has at least two losses this season. So thank you, Steelers, for taking down the 7-1 Colts to make them have two losses. They're now tied with my Eagles for most losses. Yeah, Steelers did their thing, man, on Sunday. I think I seen like a little video clip that Steeler fans were having a tailgating party, but they had like a little funeral service for their defense because it was kind of crazy. But bro, I guess that thing worked. I guess it worked because the defense did their thing. They stopped Daniel Jones, and they did their thing. I did not get to react to that game. I should have probably done that. I still wanted to react to that game. I just never got to it, but I might have to. But yeah, man, Steelers, y'all did y'all thing, man. Wanted to congratulate y'all, man. And then the Los Angeles Chargers. Who did the Chargers play last week? The Chargers, y'all played y'all played the Titans, and y'all beat them 27-20. Not gonna lie, it shouldn't have been that damn close with the Titans Chargers. That's a little questionable, having the game that damn close against a poverty Titans team. But yeah, man, I don't know what was going through y'all mind, Chargers, but I mean, a win is still a win. But next time, don't make the game that damn close against a poverty Titans team. Trust me, because it's gonna be real bad real quick. So don't do that again, Chargers. Anyway, Steelers taking on the Chargers on Sunday Night Football. And in my honest opinion, I did love how the Steelers played last week. And I feel like they're going to have another great game against the Chargers. The Chargers almost like the Titans beat them, which is kind of insane to think about. So, in my honest opinion, I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers to take down the Los Angeles Chargers in Inglewood. So, yeah, I think the Steelers are going to definitely win this game.
Yeah, I mean, Chargers don't have any O linemen, man. I mean, it sucks, especially when the Steelers have one of the most elite pass rushers in the NFL and TJ Watt. That being said, our offense needs to look a little bit better. We did force 6 turnovers, but only came up with 27 points. That's a little
Mm-hmm.
wrench on the offense that needs to be worked upon. But I think that the Steelers are going to win this game on Sunday Night Football. I think it's going to be closer. I think it's going to be a very close game. I think it's going to be one of those the Steelers edge out. I'm picking the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this game Don't know if it's going to be. Don't know by how much, but I'm picking the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this game.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, bro. But yeah, y'all did have 6 turnovers. Yeah, y'all gonna get it right though. Y'all gonna get that right against the Chargers. I feel like y'all are.
We need our defense to really step up.
Yeah, they need to step up, dog. But they're gonna do it though. I trust them. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be tuning into that game. That game's gonna be awesome. All right, and then moving on. Oh, the game we all been waiting for. Monday Night Football. Woo! Y'all see I got my shirt on, man. Y'all know I'm ready. We got my Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Green Bay Packers, aka the Green Bay Smackers, aka the Relish and Mustards, aka the Cheeseheads. I got too many nicknames for this team. So yeah, Eagles versus Packers on Monday Night Football on ESPN. It's gonna be one hell of a game. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be in Lambeau. You know, we're on Green Bay, Wisconsin. You know, so the Eagles. We got a nice bye week, man. Nice bye week. We got to see so many of our rivals lose this week. We got to see Dallas lose. We got to see the fucking Commanders lose. We got to see Detroit lose. And of course, not to mention the opponent we're about to go up against, the Green Bay Packers. You know, we had a great ass bye week. That was a great bye week for the Eagles fans, dog. And then the Green Bay Packers, y'all choked on Sunday against the Carolina Panthers, which was very unexpected. You know, y'all lost to a 5-3 team, 5-4. I'm not even sure at this point, but yeah, y'all lost to a team
4-4.
4-4 because they're 5-4 now. So yeah, couldn't beat the Broncos. We got cheated, and you know we did. You know we got cheated, Fade Boss. Anyways, Green Bay Packers, y'all boys absolutely suck after, well, y'all don't suck, but y'all absolutely choked against the Panthers, man, which was absolutely insane. I was laughing that whole time when y'all lost. But yeah, Green Bay versus the Eagles. Now, this game is going to be a very interesting one. One, because there's going to be these two teams both have great ass defenses. It's going to come down to who can play the better who can really like get to the quarterback, like the best rush defense. Because Eagles, they got a very good rush defense. You know, Jalen Carter's been going at QBs a lot. You know, and Eagles did just make a lot of trades this trade deadline. You know, we got Michael Carter Williams now. We got Jalen Phillips from the Dolphins. We also got who else I forgot who else we got. It's too many trades. It was too many trades that went down. But I'm so glad that Howie Roseman was making trades during the bye week. That's what we should have been doing. I'm glad that's what we were doing. You know, Howie Roseman, you are a genius. Like, you are such a genius, dog, for getting these trades to go down, man. Because if we ain't get no trades to go down, that was going to be a problem. I'm kind of disappointed that C.J. Gardner-Johnson didn't come back to the Eagles. He decided to go to the Chicago Bears. Jesus Christ, bro. And then, A.J. Brown, he's still on the Eagles. So do not worry. A.J. is not getting traded. He is not getting traded. So we're going to keep A.J. You know, people were a little scared when, A.J. said he wanted to get traded, but he's not going nowhere. He's going to stay in Philadelphia. So with that, we're going to go up against the Packers on Monday Night Football, and I think we're going to win this game. One, because we have one of the best rush defenses in the league. And two, as long as Jalen Hurts can get that ball moving, I feel like the Packers are going to have a tough time trying to stop Jalen Hurts in the passing game. And considering we might get A.J. Brown back this week from injury, I'm not sure on Saquon Barkley yet. Maybe we might get him back. I heard that the Smith dude, I heard that Smith is coming back. Nolan Smith is coming back. I heard he's coming back. So that's going to be very good for us on defense. And with that, I got the Eagles winning against the Green Bay Packers on Monday Night Football to make us 7-2 on the year. What do you think, Steven?
Hold on. I'm just going to do it with my camera off. I think that this is going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a battle of the trenches. I think it's going to be a fun game. I think that this game could be potentially I think that this game could potentially be game of the year. I mean, I know it's hard to beat Bills Ravens from week 1, but But the Packers, man, they're just so banged up. They're so inconsistent. They're just inconsistent, and with people crowding them, basically the NFC champions earlier in the year. I don't know where they go from here. Jordan Love, yes, good quarterback, but the question is, can he hang when it's time to win these big games? The game is in Lambeau Field. It is home field advantage for Green Bay. It's going to be cold. That plays into Packers' hands. But I just think the Eagles have too much. I think that the Eagles' pass rush is now elite. Howie Roseman did phenomenal. I think that I think it's going to be a closer game than what people think because it's in Green Bay. But that being said, I'm picking the Philadelphia Eagles to win this game. I know anything can happen, and it could be upset night, but I'm picking the Eagles to beat the I'm picking the Eagles to beat the Packers, just because I don't know how inconsistent that team can be. Dallas, but yeah, no, Packers win.
Yeah, I totally agree,
Or
dog.
Eagles win. Eagles win.
Oh, Eagle. Yeah, yeah, I totally
Eagles
agree,
win.
man. I totally agree with you, man. Yeah, the Packers they're very inconsistent when it comes to things like that, and also they are banged up a little bit. So yeah, man, it's gonna be one hell of a game, but I feel like we're still gonna come away with the win here. So yeah, like I said, also I probably should have had this for my background this week. I forgot, but yeah, we're smoking that Dallas pack as y'all can see. But anyways, that is it for this week's predictions. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Steven. It's always been a pleasure, man. And yeah, man, we'll
Always.
definitely be back for week 11, man. Definitely.
Definitely, man. It was fun.
Yep. It was definitely fun, man. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Just remember, bro, Hurts still is up for grabs for MVP, bro. Y'all want some MVP to vote for? Make sure y'all vote for my boy Jalen Hurts, man. Look how much passing yards he got against the Minnesota Vikings. Okay, that's some tough ass stats. And then AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. Look at how they did in that Vikings game. So if y'all want somebody to vote for MVP, man, pick one of them two. Actually, not pick Jalen Hurts. Pick Jalen Hurts. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. That's our week 10 predictions. Me and Steven will be back for week 11. And yeah, man, keep y'all stick on the ice and enjoy the football games this weekend.